Welcome to the Mompreneur Show. My name is Alicia. I am your host, and it is an absolute honor to have you here and to get to spend this time with you. Today, we are going to dive into some popular yet somewhat controversial business and life advice, and we're going to dive into it, really dig it apart, and talk about when it's a good idea to follow and when it's not a good idea to follow. So, make sure you stick around, listen to the whole thing. As always, I would ask that you would do all the things you need to do to continue hearing these podcasts. So make sure that you subscribe, you follow, you give the thumbs up, you give the hearts, you ring the bells, comment, drop comments down below, all the things depending on which platform you are on. And let's dive in today. Today we are going to talk about streams of income. This is something that I have heard a lot, and I have heard both sides of the story. One that it's an amazing idea, and one that it's a terrible idea and you should never have multiple streams of income. So let's dive into this and let's talk about it. I always record these podcasts as if I'm out on a coffee date with you. We're just chatting about all things life and business, encouraging each other to grow in our businesses, chase our dreams, and build the life that we've always dreamed of. So come on, let's go have our cup of coffee. Let's hang out and dive in and talk about multiple streams of income. We're going to talk about when it's a good idea, when it's not a good idea, anything else that comes up along the way. But first, let's make sure we're on the same page. I'm fairly certain you have probably heard of this phrase before, but in case you haven't, let's give a brief recap. Popular advice out there is to make sure that you have multiple streams of income. The belief here is that if one of those streams dries up or slows down, you still have all your other streams so you aren't left high and dry. And that seems like really sound advice. And while I am not against it, I think that there are some key considerations that need to be made and some strong cautions that need to be issued. All right, first and foremost, I need you to play along with me. Right now, I want you to rub your stomach and pat your head at the same time. Good job. All right, how did you do? Should we make it even more of a challenge? Okay, let's make it even more of a challenge because I can do this all day. I learned how to do this as a kid and I mastered it. Now I want you to stand on one foot, which I can't do right now, otherwise I would totally do it with you. But I want you to stand on one foot, rub your stomach, pat your head, and close your eyes. Okay, now how did you do? All right, I'm guessing that about 2% of you actually did that. And if you did, 1,000 cool points to you. Way to play along. You'll get more out of this because you actually did it. So good job to you and congratulations. All right, how well did you do with that? Were the circles perfect circles? Did you pat your head or did you rub your head? Did you feel like your brain was clear and focused on its task? Or was it kind of a struggle? Did you stand on one leg and do that? How well did you do? Not very well. Even if you did it with some level of skill, I am sure that you can agree that it wasn't easy. In fact, it was surprisingly hard. And why is this? It's because our brains do not thrive when we try to make them do multiple things at the same time. They don't like functioning this way. This can be a problem with trying to do multiple businesses at once. So how do we execute this in a way that it's beneficial and doesn't actually short circuit our success? Let's dive in. What are some situations where it's a good idea to have additional or multiple streams of income? I've got 3 for you. One is if you are working a traditional job, but you want to test out the waters of entrepreneurship and owning your own business. You can start to build and test the waters in addition to your job. This provides a safe space for you to do that, to test those waters, grow your following, and start to generate an income. From there, you can decide if you want to drop down to part-time in your job or if you're ready to step into full-time entrepreneurship. The second one is if you promote or have a seasonal product or business. If your business is Christmas focused, then you may have a dry season in your business as well. So coming up with something to help fill slow seasons will help you create a more stable income. The third is if you are doing an affiliate or influencer business, it can be good to have a few brands in your repertoire so you can alternate products and add diversity to your content, and to focus on products that are performing the best while testing out the waters with new ones. Maybe in addition to just doing affiliate and influencing, you're also going to build out your own brand and your own offer so you can sell your own thing. It can be a good idea if you are in that space to have multiple streams of income. Okay, is this a comprehensive list? No. You can have a situation that does not fall on that list, but where it would be a good idea to have multiple streams of income. This is just to give you an idea of the types of scenarios where this can be a useful piece of advice. But now I want to dive into when I believe it is not a good idea, as it can short circuit your success. I have heard several million and billion-dollar entrepreneurs say that when they had multiple streams of income, their businesses were all limited. And it was when they decided to cut out their supplemental streams and just focus on their main thing that they were able to take it to the heights that they knew deep down that it could reach. It reminds me of the biblical principle that says that a kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. The big thing here is if you are launching a new thing, you need to focus. You need to be able to put all of your energy and focus into one thing. Likewise, if you are in a place where you feel your businesses have capped out and they're not growing like they should, maybe you're spread too thin and it's time to cut back and to focus. Play along again. I want you to either rub your stomach or pat your head, but don't do both. Was that easier? Were you able to connect with what you were doing better? When we focus on one thing in business, we can do just that. Focus on it. We are more aware of the details. We can see where things are not performing like we want them to, what needs to be cut out, revamped, what's working, what should we do more of. When we find out what's working, we can do more of it. We are more in tune with our business and able to build it like we want to with skill and, you guessed it, focus. You need to assess the scale of the project, how much time and commitment it will take from you to really grow into what you want it to be. You need to consider your hopeful timeline and take a really honest assessment of how much capacity you have and how much your business will demand. When I built my coaching business, my natural skincare and wellness side hustle had been running for almost 2.5 years. I was able to basically put it on autopilot and focus all my time and attention into my coaching business. Launching a new business or program takes a lot of creative effort and energy. It will demand a lot out of you, and it deserves your best. You need to pour yourself into this and make it the best that it can be. Being divided between two projects will limit your ability and wear you out, and it will diminish your returns. Give yourself permission to dive full force into what you want to focus on first. During these types of seasons, I would not recommend building another stream of income. If you have an existing one that can be on autopilot or that you must maintain, then roll with that. If you are building your first stream of income, whether it's an MLM business or a coaching program or any other type of business, just focus on that one thing and run with it until it's living up to its potential. So, should you have multiple streams of income? That's complicated. And at the end of the day, you are your own boss and you have to do what you feel is right for you. For me, in this season, I have decided to have multiple. Will I always? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But for now, this is what serves my family's goals. I'm also in a season of life where I own my time and my schedule, and I am able to create the blocks of time that I need to be able to work on both of my businesses. I am able to set time aside to focus on what needs to be done. I have carefully weighed my capacity and time, and I have made the best decision for now. Now, I want you to do that same thing. Honestly, ask yourself where you are at. And the key thing here is to be honest. It is okay if you only have the bandwidth to focus on one thing right now. Do that and kick butt at it. Rock out that one business and bask in your accomplishment. Well done. You are rocking it, girlfriend. Let's go. No matter what you do, run your race with excellence. I hope that this was helpful in getting your wheels spinning and that it brought out some good questions for you to ask. If you are ready to jump into your business and start growing with it, I would love to have you join my Mompreneur tribe and jump into my coaching program. It is launching soon, so make sure that you check out the show notes for more information on how to get on the list. We are currently conducting interviews and getting it ready to roll out, so make sure you hop in now when you can be a founding member. How cool is that? It will be so much fun to look back in a year and be able to shout out my founding members and have you be in that group. So let's go. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you next time.